Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I'm back with Will Wood and the next track from the Normal album, BlackBoxWarrior OKULTRA. And a couple of viewers warned me that this is a challenging one and to be prepared for it and to take some time. I will take some time. I did pull up the lyrics. There's a lot of lyrics, and I know with Will Wood there's often a lot of wordplay and associations and things of that nature, and a lot of double entendres and triple entendres maybe even. Um, and lots of potential meaning. Um, and so I could spend probably hours going over the lyrics, but I won't do that. I will only likely be scratching the surface, having a listen for the first time and going over the lyrics for a first time, because I don't want this video to be 2 days long. So because there's probably loads and loads of things that you could pull out and uh, discuss and philosophize about, etc. So I'll try to stop myself if I can help it and keep it reasonably short, but it might take a bit to go through the lyrics. So we'll do that after we listen to the song. I won't say probably anything about the lyrics during the song, or very little. Listen to the vocals and musicality, etc. instead, and have the lyrics afterwards. In the description, I will put a link to my playlist for Will Wood, and you can go and see all the reactions I've done to Will Wood so far. Also, I will put a link in the description to Will Wood's channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment. Support the artist, very, very important. Also in the description, there's a way to bump up your request. Just buy me a coffee and you can get it within days rather than probably months on the regular list, because it's just really long. There's so many great artists out there, but there's lots on the channel too. If you're patient, just have a listen to some of them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps the channel a lot. Thank you to all the viewers who have subscribed and commented and sent information. I read all of your comments and I answer as many as I can, and they are all well appreciated, not only by me, but other viewers as well. All right, let's have a listen to BlackBoxWarrior OKULTRA, Will Wood, live in studio. Great piano start.
Well, he collapsed with Stevens-Johnson syndrome on the ER floor. Panic attack, anaphylactic and attack sick. Well, the way he spun his butterfly restosis, his phalanges roaming candles at both ends in his synapses. And the meth with which he recycled his humus, Trojan horse, his blood-brain barrier, and raised the LG50, yes, yes. And through flat-out-flat revelation, shame the black box warrior. He skimmed this down and headed straight down history. Seals himself from reason in a Kevlar baby blue tuxedo, quilted from the finest fibers, flesh and fiberglass and flowers. Ego, a mosquito, evil incarnate, good incognito, past placebos for libido, screaming, bless the torpedoes. For what it's worth. If it was gonna kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down.
Okay, great piano work going on there. Yeah, Will said, bring me a piano, and they couldn't decide which one, so they just brought them all, I guess. Yeah, excellent music. Will's voice is good, but here it's almost like a rap style, storytelling style, and it's going so quickly, there's no way I could go through the lyrics here anyway. So I'll definitely be going over the lyrics afterwards. Very cool, though. And I love what I'm seeing in the background. I'm waiting to hear some of these other instruments.
Placebos for libido, screaming, bless the torpedoes. For what it's worth. If it was gonna kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down. Rubber shoes and wrapped a poison ivy noose around his lotus jugular when they came. Well, they found him with a map to every victim of his love and a tattoo of blue jay on his face. And the wedding for his vital sign to lie and let a flat line cry a hymn out in Hungarian harmonic. But he cocked his noggin through his stoma, sang for old lang syne. Happy birthday to the succulents, all dire hydroponics. His ribcage was a hornet's nest. Palpitations set the beat, his vagus nerve, a trick said on an axle hitch a carrot man. He wondered if Christ's consciousness would charge in cancellation beyond Peter's aim. Au revoir, he gripped his wits right by the ends. For what? For what it's worth. have by now. For what, for what, for what it's worth, there's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down.
I'm just going to back up a little bit, and I won't stop to the end of the song now, probably. Yeah, great bass. Love the horns, trumpet, and saxophones going on there. Really, really good. Incredibly fast-paced on the piano, and the lyrics just are rolling off, tripping off the tip of his tongue. So important to have a quick look after, but really, really good. A circus atmosphere almost. Nice. Super percussion too. Great drumming. Chaotic.
Tom Sugarman, LCSW. Yes, hello, Mr. Crick. How are you today? No, not to worry. It's perfectly natural to be a little bit nervous when doing something like this for the first time. So, why don't you take a seat, get comfortable, take a second if you need to, all right? Good. Now, what's bothering you? Well, why not start at the beginning? Growing up, how was your relationship with the fundamentals of conscious existence? Did you have xenon orchid sinews spilling down the outer center of your blooming Escher Mandelbrot head? And how about claustrophilic tendrils clapping caskets closed on seven knuckle thumbs? Did you get along well with the Gideon bugler pineal glands, your projector eyes casting sci-fis, and your ST-yard strands? Interesting. Now tell me about your nerve to seal nerves of steel from under Bacchus' bloody nose. Did Abibian Himbas tie-dye you, your ears pierced with a Phineas gauge flagpole? Did you die before your day? Well, Thursday traction and then Tuesday titration. Now, my hope is to assess through my objective report of your subjective conjecture whether or not this proprietary blend of expertise and seasoning works as well as this transorbital ice pick. Holistic ballistics. What, you got a better idea? Well, it's about the best we come up with. What, you think ideas spread because they're good? No, they spread because people like them. So, once again, here we are. Okay, yeah. One more time, holding a mirror as it were a mirror up to your mirror.
Okay.
Guess it's just something people do. A bloody knife has split your infrastructure. Wider every motor function. Coital machinations of the dead. Where you mainline your animus, karate chop your abacus, and learn to be an animal instead. But I don't think you're better than this. Your modus operandi, because there's Nazi Scotchism and suicide. Why did I not help me to it? It is you who are the problem, not the things you do, but something sick inside. Live the early dialectics, boy, you really is defective. CBT don't seem effective.
would imagine that's a tough song to do live. Certainly would be for me, possible for me, but anyway. Yeah, incredible, really incredible. So many lyrics and so quickly delivered. I think that the fans of Will Wood will, you know, if they're the ones that are here, will have, listened, researched, read multiple times probably, and to fully enjoy the song. Um, and if others are here that have never heard him at all, but especially this song, they're probably just not quite sure what to take. It's just the music is great, and I love the addition of the horns too, and like I say, the drumming was fantastic too. So I really did enjoy it. But the meaning, I think it would be impossible to get the first, second, third, fourth, possibly even the 10th time if you didn't read the lyrics or you didn't sort of delve into them or read other people's thoughts and things like that. So I'm going to jump into the lyrics in just a moment for the first time and have a look without having researched, and I'm going to say my piece. And it may be not your piece, and it may not even be Will Wood's piece, but it'll be my piece anyway. So there you go. Take it or leave it. If you're not sticking around, excuse me, around for the lyrics, sorry about that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my channel. Check in the description to go to Will Wood's channel and hit the subscribe there and like and comment on his channel and support the artist, of course. But I hope you'll stick around for the lyrics. Let's have a look at those now. All right, for what it's worth, here we go. Black Box Warrior OKULTRA. Now, the title, I'm not sure. Black Box, all I think of is on airplanes, the black box. Black Box Warrior, not entirely sure. OKULTRA, don't know if this is, you know, putting words together like cult. Uh, when I first wrote down the name of the song, I don't know why, it had Black Box Warrior OK. I thought that was the whole name. And then when I saw OKULTRA, so then I'm thinking, okay, cult. Hmm. And then there's ultra in there, so I'm not sure. An ultra cult. Well, he collapsed with Stevens-Johnson syndrome. Hey, there's my name. On the ER floor, panic attacked, anaphylactic, and ataxic. The way he spun his butterfly wrist, all six his phalanges. I'm not sure if we're missing a word there, but don't know what Stevens-Johnson syndrome is, but doesn't matter. I guess we can imagine this person flopping around on the floor, panic attacked, anaphylactic, ataxic, spun like a butterfly, Roman candles at both ends in his synapses. And the Roman candles at both ends, it reminds me of, I mean, Roman candles, but but burning the candle at both ends. I think maybe he's playing with that. And the synapses, of course, the electrical impulses and chemical impulses in the brain, and the method with which he recycled his humors, Trojan horsed his blood-brain barrier and raised the LD50. Yes, yes. So again, just playing with so much going on here. The humors used to be, the fluids in your body used to be thought to control your health and your behavior, etc. I think Trojan horse, blood-brain barrier. Of course, the blood-brain barrier is there to protect you, but Trojan horsed his blood-brain barrier, so he uh, sort of snuck into it himself in a dangerous way, attacking his own brain. I don't know. And through fight or flight revelations, shame the black box warrior. He skipped this town and headed straight down history, shields himself from reason in a Kevlar baby blue tuxedo. Hard to picture that, but quilted from the finest fibers, flesh and fiberglass and flowers. Um, so yeah, lots of imagery going on there. You have clothing made from the finest fibers of flesh, ugh, and fiberglass, a bit itchy, and flowers. So lots of contrasting images here too. His ego, a mosquito, evil incarnate, good incognito. Pops placebos for libido, screaming, bless the torpedoes. So again, there's probably a lot going on here that Will Wood knows what it means, and maybe some of you know or think you know what it means, but on a first read through, I'm not sure. His ego, a mosquito, can mean lots of possible things. Evil incarnate. Mosquitoes, of course, they bite, they suck your blood. At least the female ones do anyway. Um, so that could be thought of as evil, but they're also fragile, they're very easy to swat. And so maybe that's it too, his ego, lots going on there. Bless the torpedoes, libido. For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what it's worth. There's no more looking back. It's looking up or looking down. I did catch those lyrics during the song, or some of them anyway. Um, I caught for what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. So I don't know. Is this, stop worrying about it? And but it's saying no more looking back. So you're not looking back at the past, but it's looking up or looking down. That seemed a bit odd to me. So I'm not sure whether that is thinking about the end and you're looking, are you going up or are you going down into that place, that imaginary place that some people believe in? I'm not sure. Well, he was wearing stolen rubber shoes and wrapped a poison ivy noose around his lotus jugular when they came. Well, they found him with a map to every victim of his love. Um, yeah, I don't know about the stolen rubber shoes, what that has to do. Uh, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. And wrapped a poison ivy noose around his lotus jugular when they came. Well, they found him with a map to every victim of his love and a tattoo of a blue jay on his face. Not sure. And they waited for his vital signs to lie and let a flatline cry, a hymn out in Hungarian harmonic. Yeah, lots going on. And I love it, but I'm not sure that we should put too much meaning on everything because I'm not sure it's intended that way or whether it's intended to just be a lot of chaotic thoughts going on in somebody's mind and connecting all of these various incongruous things together. In some cases, I think there's meaning that might make sense. In other cases, I'm not so sure. And you might just be playing into this person's psychosis or whatever. I don't mean Will Wood, but I mean whoever we're talking about in here. Um, and they waited for his vital signs to lie and let a flatline cry. But he cocked his noggin through his stoma, sang for old lang syne, happy birthday to the succulents, I'll die your hydroponics. So the old lang syne is a Scottish song most known now for, I guess, the New Year's song or whatever. People sing at New Year's, and so new beginnings, new starts. So he's not dead. He's singing through his stoma. It's a bit gruesome, gruesome thoughts. I only know that because well, I won't explain why. But yeah, I'm old. I've had some experiences with people. His rib cage was a hornet's nest. Palpitations set the beat. His vagus nerve a Turk's head knot, an axle hitch, a carrick bend. He wondered if Christ consciousness would charge a cancellation fee. Rib cage was a hornet's nest. You get that. The palpitations, just sort of going chaotically and very, very quickly. Not sure about the rest of it. He wondered if Christ consciousness would charge a cancellation fee. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir. He gripped his wits right by their ends. For what? For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what it's worth, there's no more looking back. It's looking up or looking down. Hello, welcome. Why don't you take a seat? So this sounded like almost like a counselor or something, although a very sort of challenging one, I'd say. The speed at which he talked, but get comfortable, relax, take a second if you need to. Yeah, and only a second. Now what's bothering you? Well, why don't we start at the beginning? Growing up, how was your relationship with the fundamentals of conscious existence? It just makes me think of, talk about your mother, talk about how were you when you were a baby or a child at least? Did you have xenon orchid sinew spilling down the outer center of your blooming Asher Mandelbrot head? So, and how about claustrophilic tendrils clapping, caskets closed on seven knuckle thumbs? Did you get along well with the Gideon bugler, pineal gland? So, I don't know. For me, if it is a counselor, the counselor's just as mad as the person talking to, or it's just the same person that's going through all of this and imagining all of this. I'm not sure. Again, it could be way off track on all of it. That's fine. I don't know all of what he's trying to get, with the xenon orchid sinew spilling down the outer center and the blooming Asher Mandelbrot head. I think he's talking about fractals here. How about claustrophilic tendrils, claustrophobia, clapping caskets closed? Not sure about the seven knuckle thumbs, but yeah, obviously caskets, we know what that means. Did you get along well with the Gideon bugler, pineal glands, your projector eyes, casting sci-fis on your STR strands. It seems to me I should know STR, but I'm not picking up on it right now. Tell me about your nerves of steel from under Bacchus's bloody nose. Um, I always think of Bacchus as the party god, god of wine, things like that. Did Namibian Himbus tie-dye you, your ears pierced with a Phineas Gage flagpole? Did you die before your day? Thursday traction, Tuesday titration. My hope is to assess through my objective report of your subjective conjecture whether this proprietary blend of expertise and seasoning works as well as this transorbital ice pick. Uh, why is Deepak Chopra coming into my mind? He loves using word salads and trying to baffle people and make them believe things that are not true. Um, that's what comes. I'm not saying Will Wood's trying to do that. He's doing a totally different thing, but to me, a lot of it is a word salad that could have meaning, could have multiple meanings, but at some point, when you have so many multiple possible meanings, you have no meaning at all. Which is maybe what he's trying to do. Is very creative in that way. Um, but anyway, whether this proprietary blend of expertise and seasoning works as well as this transorbital ice pick. So I don't know whether to me, this talking about sort of having a, you know, sort of Freudian or Jungian or whatever you want to call it, counseling sessions. Will these work? The word that I want is not actually popping in my head here. Will these work as well as not electric shock, but frontal lobotomy? Like it's not coming to me. A lobotomy. That's what I'm trying to think of. Sorry about that long pause there, but I'm not editing it out. I'm not starting over either. So, yeah, lobotomy. That's it. Holistic ballistics, you got a better idea. It's about the best we could come up with. What you think ideas spread because they're good. Um, no, they spread because people like them. So now here we are once again holding as it were a mirror up to your mirror. I guess it's just something people do. So again, lots going on here. Do you think ideas spread because they're good? No, they spread because people like them. So it's not necessarily truth, or it's not necessarily the good ideas that spread. It spreads because of popularity or whatever. And memes, it reminds me of the meme idea and how memes work, and there's thoughts that it's a sort of an evolutionary thing. I don't know if that's an accurate description or not, but there you go. I have heard of it. So now here we are once again holding as it were a mirror up to your mirror. I guess it's just something people do. So what's real, I guess? A mirror up to your mirror. Again, it sort of reminds me a little bit of Plato's The Cave as well. A bloody knife to split your infrastructure. Wine to rev your motor function. Coital machinations of the dead while you mainline your animus, karate chop your abacus, and learn to be an animal instead. But I never did think you better than this. Your modus operandi causes Nazi scopsia, I'm not going to say that right, and suicide. Why to thine own self be true when it is you who are the problem? Not the things you do, but something sick inside. Yeah, I'll say. Lithium and dialectics, boy, you really is defective. CBT, don't seem effective for that cluster B. Accept it. Offer up your innocence. Please ignore the side effects. Yeah, lithium drug, of course, dialectics. CBT promises to cure everything, but probably cures almost nothing. But but it does help in some cases, I know. But yeah, over promises and under delivers, I'm afraid. And there are side effects for sure. You've lost your mind and almost lost your life before, so you'll be fine. For what? For what? For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. Um, there's no more looking back, and why would you want to look back? Yeah, good question, actually. I mean, it's no good looking back, so try to look forward now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. So it's here, Earlier it was just looking up or looking down, but now, so try to look forward. So that's a little bit different than what we had. For what it's worth. If they were going to get you, boy, they would have by now. For what it's worth. There's no looking back, no more looking back. It's looking up or looking down. So we're back to looking up or looking down, but there is this looking forward here. So I don't know. I think it's there for a reason. Um, because to get out of this cycle, you need to move forward or look forward. Looking up and looking down, I'm not sure that's going to help. Looking back, and you know, they're advising against that here, and probably a good idea in some ways. Um, if you, it's good to look back sometimes and to, figure out maybe what happened or what's going on. I'm trying to move up here, but I'm not moving anywhere. Um, but you can do that too long. You can do that for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And if you're still doing that, you haven't really resolved anything. So, um, very interesting lyrics. Just struggling here to get this thing to move up. Um, Loads and loads and loads that you can take out of it. You could have conversations for weeks on these things, or debates, or philosophical discussions, or whatever. But that's my take on it for the moment. I think there's an awful lot in there, but I also think that you can overdo it, and I think you could read more into it than what was intended in the first place. So maybe I've already done that, or maybe I haven't done enough, but that's what I'm doing. So there you go. Um, it's very interesting. All of Will Wood has been very interesting so far. I've really enjoyed him. So thank you, viewers, for introducing me to Will Wood. And also, I know a lot of the Will Wood fans are also Chani Josh fans. I need to get back to him as well, um, and do some more of his. Let me know what else you would like me to react to. I'll add it to the regular list if you want it within days rather than weeks, probably months on the regular list. Check in the description. There's an easy way to buy me a coffee and get yours a lot quicker. But there's lots of other artists on the channel as well, so have a look at those if you're patient. It just takes me a little while to get down the regular list. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. Thank you very much to those who have. And check out Will Wood's channel and subscribe there too. In the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun, keep looking forward, keep moving forward if you can, and try to avoid all of these other things that are probably not going to help you and probably just going to disrupt your life and waste your money and all the rest of it, unless you absolutely need it, of course. All right, it is Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.